Alright, this one's probably just gonna be fucking grinding out a meat. Don't have to worry about it in the So can't be used again today, huh? Well, save, exit out. Closing software. Settings. Okay, I can't. Date and time. Time. On. Okay. Surely this is gonna work the way I want it to work, right? Still think it's criminal that Zelda amiibo on that work. Like some people, oh yeah. But like, why can't I use the Falcon Agnel right there? What is Nintendo gonna say no to Breath of the Wild having them? What kind of dumb shit would that be? Just make people want to buy the amiibo. Well, whatever. Tap in amiibo, because it's definitely, for sure, gonna work. It does. Knight's Claymore. That is nothing, therefore, mode. Yeah, this I don't know if I'm gonna upload this. I'm gonna be real. It might just be something that I upload at a random point in time of me doing random shit. In fact, I don't even know if I want to talk over it. Because this is all commentary. I could just be saving. And I don't think watching this is going to be fun. I don't really have a topic in mind that I want to talk about that would be engaging enough. I don't know, there's Nintendo games I'm looking forward to, but also I'm kind of mad at Nintendo, so I don't know that I want to buy anything by Nintendo. But like, God, Nintendo would not get away with things that they do. If they didn't put out good games, which is like funny to say, right? Because on one hand, I'm complimenting Nintendo, saying like, yeah, they're putting out, but like, eh. I like the games, I just don't like the way the company handles everything. Actually, what does Ganon give? I should probably look up what Ganon get. That's a bomb. Probably make sure, like, Ganon doesn't give... or can give out the things I'm looking for. Okay. Well... You know, I kind of expected that to go about the way it did. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't, though. This is just wishful thinking on my part, I suppose. But regardless, time to Google what Ganon amiibo do in Breath of the Wild. And exclusive chances upon the Sword of Six Sages. That's neat. Claymores, gems, and enemy remains. Is that it? Doesn't give armor. Compatibility with Zelda Breath of the Wild. The Link can drop Twilight Princess clothing. Toon Link can drop Wind Waker armor. That's neat. Beak can drop a Beak's mask and armor? Oh, just the mask armor. Well, Ganon can only drop, I guess, the Six Sage weapon, which is gonna be what I'm going for, because, like, I'm gonna be real, having that just seems like a fun time. Like, that just seems badass. Ah, but 8-bit Link drops possible clothing? Hold on, I'm gonna go, let's say, steal something. Yeah? Ha ha ha. So I borrowed, in quotes, borrowed my sister's JustExo. Which if she has an issue with it, need I remind her, I let her use Ganon and Link for the past, like, however many years Amiibo have been. I got this pretty early on, all things. But regardless, we're getting Sword of Six Sages. That's all I'm saying. I do wish that, well, part of me, at least, wishes that, wait, hold on. Part of me wishes that I got the Amiibo when I did, but, like, another part of me says, who cares? Like, they're not the end-all be-all, they're just neat to have. This game really don't want me to get the sword, huh? How many times am I going to be soft resetting? Well, whatever. I should have at least gotten Young... Actually, I could still get Young Link, now that I'm thinking about it. Because, they're going to re-release him for Smash. Do I want Young Link and or Toon Link? Probably not. Who knows? Part of me also wants to get Daisy, but I also have a Daisy amiibo, but also the Smash Daisy amiibo looks neat. But also, I'm probably just, like, nerding out over nothing. Also, how much time would it save for me to, have the weapon slot in? One, eat. That was a thing that I've not said in a long while. Yikes, yeah. Watch out for falling chests from the sky. Oh. That was nothing. Weird how are they gonna re-release Ganon amiibo with his new design? I would honestly prefer it over the Twilight Princess design, just because I don't really like the hair. Real like hair, kind of a deal breaker. I'm a fan of his armor and all that. Like that looks neat. Cape also neat. It's just the hair. Really, other links. Wolflink summons Wolflink, health determined by the number of hearts saved on the figure. Well, sister does have Wolflink, also not leveled for shit. Okay, game. This one's gonna be the one with it. Okay, no. I was about to say it demanded a blood sacrifice from me, and that's why it wasn't giving me what I wanted. Oh, the Majora Mask one would have been real cool, though, because it has Fierce Deity clothing and the double helix sword, which, like, I know that's that's, like, the big, cool one. You know, that's the one that everybody points to as, like, being pretty edgy and all that fun stuff. But, I think it looks neat. Not because it's edgy or anything, but, you know. Now that I've said it's because it's edgy, what people are gonna say, yeah, is the back to the full grind. At some point, I'm just gonna give up and not care enough. I'm gonna be honest. Dolpho's tail. I'm insulted. Fuck. I mean, it's just a kind of a Master Sword, mostly a little bit. Well, whatever. And that's a bomb. Go guy catch. That was nothing. Well, if only. Get that thing. Damn, the Wind Waker or the Fierce Deity armor looks like shit in this game. Actually, I looked it up. Actually, no, that's not the Fierce Deity armor. That's just the headpiece. Which the headpiece also looks pretty out of place. Not gonna lie. But why is the Fierce Deity sword like a claymore though? Whack. I'm not gonna edit it. If you want, edit the clips in. By the way, if you want to see it, then look it up. I don't know. Care that much. Hold on. Oh, okay, so 2 of them just give you Twilight Princess clothing. 2 of the links, because remember they did have that one pack that said, hey, remember Link? We remember Link. Here, like, every Link. Every game. Which, like, honestly, neat concept. However, I would have honestly preferred them to, like, release all 3 pieces of the Triforce as a thing, right? Like, give me Link, Zelda, and Ganon. Hell, maybe, like, give me Link, Zelda, and Ganon from their iterations across the games, you know? That would have been neat. Well, honestly, I think I'm gonna settle for, like, a strong weapon, because this is taking a whole lot of time. Actually, it's only been, like, 12 minutes. I've soft reset in Pokemon before. I know what it's like. Yeah. Golden Claim. Oh, that's a good-ish amount of money. Regardless, not what I wanted. Gonna keep on. Ah, hiccups. Or at least, I think that might have just been a burp. Who knows? Gimme another gold claim. Ah. Back. Old grind. And back. Okay, but like, drop it in though. What was that? Goblin guts. Sapphire. That's. Do I just want to keep it? I can't. Part of me wants to keep it. But another part of me says, fuck it, not good enough. If it weren't for the loading screens, this would be a lot more tolerable. Like, I don't know what they're loading back in. I don't think there's much. I mean, unless it, like, refreshes the entire game, which is lame. Also, found all the armor of the things, right? Yeah, watch out for falling rocks, lady. Which, looking at all the armor, gotta say, One of them looks really neat. Another one looks kind of goofy. Another one looks very edgy. Out of all of them, I do think Twilight Princess Link looks the best, though. Like, if only for the hair. I feel like Ocarina of Time Link is also really neat, but kind of whatever. If only for the brighter color and like it's more iconic. I feel. Actually, which iteration of Link is my favorite? Now that I'm sitting down and I have a chance to think about it, it definitely isn't this one. Not a terribly big fan that they've done away with the iconic designs, which, like, I guess it makes sense considering how much of a not Zelda game this Zelda game is. So naturally, they have the most not Link looking Link. But makes sense, I guess. Breath of the Wild is like I have mixed feelings about it. On one hand, it's like new and refreshing, but on the other, like the old ones were iconic, and you can't really top the how iconic it is, you know. But I also do really like just Ocarina of Time Link. It might just be nostalgia because that's like the Link that I grew up with, one that I know. But I don't think that's the case. Like I really like how bright the colors are on Ocarina of Time Link. I really like how I'm not a fan of the hair though. I feel like the hair is where I stopped liking it because he has like parted in the middle, which I know because I pulled up a picture. Like other than that, I probably wouldn't have known. Overall, it's like pretty simple. Toon Link is like drastic redesign. I do like how Toon Link looks. I like the aesthetic of the game, but like I don't think it would be my favorite one. Twilight Prince, like those are the big three, right? That one and Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess probably like easily my favorite version of Link because it's like got the right amount of details in all the right places. Just looks really cool. Overall, good character design. Part of me is starting to wonder though, is it just like not giving the sword to me because I'm not like at a good enough point in the game? Ah, well, the world may never know. You know what? We'll try it like a few more times before I decide to like try it a whole lot more times off screen. Because this is like 20 minutes of just me hard resetting. Yummy food. Sister just walked in. Better to be a little bit more upset about me stealing 8-bit Link. But also at the same time, who cares? I'm getting him. Ah, but she did give me chicken nuggets. Maybe I just want a microphone. Then all of the ladies can say, "Can you?" Reference to that video. It's been a while since I've like seen or heard reference or made reference to that video, which is strange. Internet culture is strange because I feel like that's a thing people brought up a lot during its time, and like just never bring it up ever again. Weird how things like that can happen, you know? Like how how are things gonna be like incredibly relevant and culturally impactful for like a week, and then it fades into not even the back of people's mind. It just disappears. Very strange internet. I think Bennett Foddy's like speech, which if you haven't like heard the entire rambling of getting over it with Bennett Foddy, right? Because you know, people know it as like the funny rage game that all their favorite content creators play through, and they say, I'm done playing this game, I hate it. Until their audience immediately pressures them into playing it, and then they get many views because they get to watch a grown man be mad. And they get to watch the fucking Let's Players skulls from Dark Souls scream and explode. Which, like, you know, that's fun and all. But also, just kind of all the samey. I feel like they don't listen to what the guy has to say, because, you know, why would you when the guy's just, like, being somewhat condescending, you know? But I do think his entire, like, rant about internet culture is completely 100% true. Because if you're unfamiliar, there's a game called Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, which is a dude in a pot, and you have to like use very bad controls to get to the top of it with only having like a hammer. Can't like walk or anything. It's a whole game. I would highly recommend you either play through it or you watch somebody else play through it, or alternatively, just listen to his entire ramble about how internet is weird. Because he's talking about how like the internet has become a landfill, and like how that landfill has adopted its own very own culture, which is a really interesting thing to think about, right? Because the internet it does have a culture tied to it, and I don't think people can argue against that, right? Because if you look at internet culture, like you could tell that it's there. You could tell that there are certain things that people associate with certain videos, and there are certain memes that like just go throughout everything. Which, you know, memes weren't always just like internet things. There were sometimes TV shows things. Like could have been fucking ancient tablet memes. Who knows? But regardless of what your definition of it is, there's Cap of a Hero. Let's go. Regardless of what your actually I probably shouldn't do that until I oh, fucking there you go. Your guys catch. Well, serves me right, I suppose. But he's talking about internet culture and how it's like the internet inherently as it's a landfill, right? Because I think that's a pretty accurate way of saying it, because it's people dumping things on the internet. Much like how I'm doing it with this video, right? It's just people dumping a lot of like things that aren't necessarily important, and it like the best way to describe it is just trash, right? It's a landfill. Sometimes you find like good things in a landfill, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they're like one man's trash, another man's treasure, all that fun stuff. But ultimately, do you think it's just a bunch of garbage? Hold on. Ah, sister had me take the trash out. Fitting for what I was talking about. But she knows how to soften. Also plays. Regardless, Bennett Foddy, really very good game, honestly. If only in its like message, right? Because the entire game is just talking about like patience and how people strive for things that other people might not even view as worth it, right? Like, you know, that's okay. People don't really have to think of fucking excuse me, princess. People don't have to think about what you're doing as worthwhile, is what I've realized. Out of the way, lady. Fucking testify, and apparently it doesn't want to kill you. But yeah, games like talking about patience, I feel like it's a very good analogy for it, or like metaphor. I don't know what the proper thing. I have to re-review my literary devices, because that's something I've been slacking on, but I feel like it's good information to know at the very least. But metaphorically speak, like from uh from a perspective of like this game is very good in what it does, because what it's trying to say is like striving for things is good even if you don't really view it as worth it, even if it's just out of the principle of striving for things and like going about difficult tasks for the sake of doing difficult tasks, right? That like the climb itself is the part that's worth it when you're doing the things, and like just acknowledging that perspective and talking about how that perspective is like, it might not always be the best, but it's definitely a trait that's admirable, right? Maybe not even admirable. Like, I don't know how I want to phrase it. It's because the game paints it as something that like not a lot of people get, and it's fine that not a lot of people get it, and it's not necessarily something people need to have. Because it's fine if people don't have it, and fine if people don't need to have it. It's just observing that it's a thing that exists and kind of celebrates like the individual for having it, you know? Like just kind of saying good on ya, which to some people might be a little insulting considering the nature of the game. But you know, those aren't necessarily the people that they're addressing. You know, people who see the mountain and can't help but climb it, so to speak, right? Are the people that the game's like geared towards. And even if the mountain's like tends to prove more difficult than some people were expectedly ready for, doesn't mean that they're gonna stop, and that's what the game's geared. But who knows, maybe I'm just reading too much into streamers' rage at recording thing.